guys. So we got retail sales coming out.
Streak of four positive retail months in a row. But, 2.7 was January, 1.7 was February. The trend hasn't been going higher, unfortunately. We strip out autos, it drops a bit to 0.6. Better than expectations, though, but it does go to show that when you strip out autos, you've got retail sales to some extent. If you look at core X autos and gasoline, it's definitely higher at 1%. We're expecting up 3/4 of.
And we're dropping on these numbers. So we just dropped from, good morning, guys. Just retail sales are out right now.
So when the number is bigger, you're actually getting less. And finally,
What's up, James?
and this number is used to input into higher
We dropped from the highs from 40.83 to about 40.57. So we dropped about 30 handles or so.
that actually is quite strong, up 1%. That is the second highest level of the year, 3%. We started out in January. So versus expectations, 3 out of 4 are better. One is a close tie. The revisions, the rearview mirror, actually.
Morning, Josh.
Brian, they're all very, very strong. 1.4 versus 0.5 on headline. So we tripled it. All the metrics are much, much stronger in the rearview mirror. So when you add this in, maybe there is cause for optimism, but once again, I do caution. When you have 4-decade high inflation, thank goodness retail sales is reflecting stronger. What we need to do is get through that gravitational pull and even do better than the compensation for inflation. We can keep our fingers crossed. Interest rates, well, they're moving up again. They went from guns hot to guns cold. Maybe we're getting a bit lukewarm, but I give you an easy metric. The high yield close for 2s is 20 basis points higher than it's trading. For 10s, it's about 28 basis points higher than it's trading. So even though they're moving higher, they're well off their highest levels. Back to you.
We know the consumer has been strong, Rick. We had 2.3 trillion in excess household savings, or whatever the number was according to Goldman Sachs. A lot of people had saved up a lot of money.
All right, guys. Enough of these guys. All right, let me remove them. All right. We need to look at other things. All right, cool. Now opinions central comes in. So let's look at the facts here. We're going to be going into the overall markets. How's the market reacting to that piece of information, right? So bad or good, I really don't care about opinions. So right now, what we have is, let's look at the facts. On that news, the market reacted and we dropped. We dropped from 40.83, and to show you how the market reacted, 8:30 the news came out. That's 8:30, and we went from 40.67 and we dropped to about 40.55. So not too bad. I think the market's having a reaction. It was selling off into that number. So again, I posted on the WhatsApp group, guys, and I'll post it here as well. Let me see if I can find it. We have the here it goes. Okay. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Okay, I guess I have to do this. All right, there we go. We have a couple of movers today. So again, 8:30 was retail sale numbers. So the market's reacting to that. Not really. We have this guy, Philadelphia Fed President, 9:15 on healthcare, 9:15. So that's right before the markets. Shouldn't be mover. The big one is going to be 2 o'clock. Fed Chairman Powell speaking at Wall Street Journal. So 2:30. Then you have Loretta Mester. She's speaking at 2:30. She is dovish. So just letting you know. And then we got 6:45 Evans, who is hawkish. Okay, so he wants to raise rates. She wants to lower rates. Jerome Powell. So we have a mixed bag here. Just know around the afternoon, we were expecting a very volatile market, and 9:15 into the open. So let's see what happens. So we have that right now. Again, we're just kind of going down right now. We're dropping. There's no moving averages here on the 1-minute time frame on the E-minis, but we're coming off at 40.55 all the way down, and just let's see at what moment this will drop. So we dropped so far about 20 handles or so. It looks like it's finding buyers here at 40.55. The top is 40.84, but so far we broke above that 40.50. So that's pretty big. We're above that channel, So let's see if we can hold it. Now, how are we going to hold it? With a few numbers came out today, and we had Home Depot that came out. They came out very positive. We're gonna have to look at Apple, guys. Apple has to be. Apple's gonna be the key ingredient. So if Apple goes above 150, I think if Apple breaks 150 and holds, then that could be a positive day for today going into Powell. So we'll see. Just look at Apple or at Powell. You want to look at Apple. If you see Apple holding above 150 and then start buying at 150, 152, that's probably a positive sign. The other sign is going to be Tesla. If Tesla can get above $800, then it's going to be a very positive note. That means all we need, guys, is one market leader where it's going to kind of react to everyone else that, okay, today's a positive day, it's a good thing, and boom, we're off to the races. And we probably could hit, 4,100. I mean, anything's possible. Could we get a 100-point move on the XPX? Yeah, I think we can. So if we do at this moment 4061, that puts us at 4161, close to that 4200. So anything's possible today. We can also go lower. It depends on what Powell says. But ultimately, you have a full lineup of Fed governors and then Fed Chairman Powell. What's up, Moses? What's up? So what we discussed today. So what we discussed yesterday in class. So in class, what did we say? We said that let's look at the overall markets. Right now, we're at 40.59. So just to show you on the XPX, 40.59 is going to put me at 40.60. So this is a bounce. This is a continuation pattern going up. If we can hold at 40.60 and continue going higher, that is a bounce. So we're bouncing off this level here at 38.58, and we're bouncing. So that's a good sign. Can we continue going higher? And if we bounce, and this is going to cross, and it's going to tell me that this move, it's over, and then we're going to identify a new move higher. I don't know how high that move is going to go, or at 40.60, do we sell off and then this will bounce and do an exhaustion sell. Okay, this is on the daily time frame. However, what we noticed in the past, what we discussed in class yesterday, the patterns of Powell is that he's not going to, excuse my French, shit the bed at the bottom lows here. So he's probably going to prop the markets and keep it in range. That's what we thought. But again, anything is possible. So let's see. Okay. Right now, let's look at SPX. XPX is right at that 50-day moving average. 40.60 is giving me a confirmed bounce, and we're probably going to be opening them up not just above the 50-day moving average, but we're also going to be opening above yesterday's high. And then I think if we can clear this 40.75, which is the high for the week, then that's going to lead way to the upper range of what we discussed. On the 50-minute time frame, 40.60, we're bouncing off the 50 here. So again, if we're looking at spiders, SPY's already kind of, we're breaking these. We're above. We're at 407, 405, 406. If we can contain that and keep holding, it looks like on the hourly charts, this can go a little bit longer because this is hours. This is probably going to be pulling. This is trying to go right now. It's probably going to go in the next, what time is it? 8:40. So we got about another 30, 20, about 50 minutes left. So you have 50 candlesticks here. So let's see how this turns out. And we're going to keep going higher or lower. But so far, there's buyers coming in at 400. 4,000 seems to be a really nice round number. On the E-minis, again, let's see if we can hold that, or do we come back down and retest the 40.14? So again, we got a Fed speaker speaking at 9:15. So we're gonna have to wait. Anything changes, But so far, I'm gonna kind of discuss a little bit of what's really going down. Not going down, but the VIX. The VIX is kind of dropping here a little bit, or is it resting right now? No. If the VIX goes lower, it's gonna be on the lower range already of 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. And possibly even last week, 24.87. Just know that we're going to be at the lower range, and if we head down there, it could possibly reverse. We have the Treasury notes starting to peak its head above 3%. You know, again, just watch it. I think anything above 3.16 is gonna, it could really reverse the market. E-minis are reversing there 40.50. Let's see if 40.50 can hold. So let's see if that's going to be, you know, old resistance, new support. Let's see if that's going to be the new floor. As far as Bitcoin, Bitcoin is just hanging out. You know, I think that's waiting on the first hour, and that's the cash market. So let's see. Okay, so let's look at overall markets here. You got Google bouncing off really nicely here. Amazon, I think, is just going to linger. You know, Tesla, if Tesla can get above 800, I think that that could be very, very positive, right? And if it can get above 800, I think it'll be positive. All we need is one. And that's very easily to do. Tesla can be 800. It's only about, you know, 60 points away. That's a pretty easy fix for Tesla. So watch Tesla, watch Apple, ISRG. Again, Lam Research, the chips are starting to move, the banks are moving. Netflix, no. Roku, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, if we can get above 180, that can move the markets. Apple, again, trying for that 140, 150. I think Apple, if it gets above 150, we'll go 156. Again, Apple doesn't move, you know, 10 points in a day, but if it does, then that's going to be very robust. The market will not crater based on that. So what else do we have? The other thing too, if you want to hedge, you're looking for a hedge, 147.50 puts on Apple, that could be a good little hedge as well. They're fairly cheap. All right, so let's go into what the overall market here is doing. Let's look at Home Depot, because they just announced earnings and they were very favorable. So they're actually very positive. Above 307 is looking good. That's where the market's acting very positive. We had, and then retail sales. There was another one that I wanted to look at, but I forgot which one. And let's look at Tesla. All right, so Tesla, again, you know, sold off pretty nicely. Nice little squeeze right here on the hourly time frame, right? So again, we see this consolidation, nice squeeze. It can go either way. But after a huge sell-off, if it can take out these the short-term lows of 754, probably is going to have, you know, 787. If it can get above 800, I think that that's going to be very positive for the market to give you extra confidence that the market probably can go higher. Let me just get rid of that. So let's do that. All right, watch that. That can reverse. That probably is going to reverse in the short-term time frame. Apple. Let's look at Apple. This is the two that I'm kind of keeping my eyes on. Apple trying to, again, it just kind of base here. It broke, right? Let's see if it can hold at 145 and start working its way higher. But 150 is going to be key, I think. If we can get above 150, that's going to tell us that possibly, you know, Jerome Powell's not going to shit the bed at the lows of the XPX, right? So this is how we're going to put things together. If it can't hit 150, if Tesla can't get above 800, then there's more risk than we thought there was. Okay. All right. So I did also realize after the meeting yesterday that Biden released the new home, whatever. I haven't really read through it. It gives me time to actually go through it. But bullet points. They're trying not to, you know, again, this will affect the housing market. So they're trying to prop up the housing market as long as possible. But at the end of the day, who's going to buy that paper? You know, is it the Fed? The Fed's running out of bullets. So that's my main thing is who's buying that paper? You know, so don't know if, you know, I have to do a deep dive on that, you know, instead of just reading the headlines and reacting to them. I want to see what's really behind it, if it has any bones, and how would it affect the market in a positive or negative. So let's see. All right, guys. So let's look at the E-minis real quick. E-minis are reacting here, so we're probably gonna, you know, it's coming to the end here. This is what I mean. These swings, and not that you were taking this, but if you were, you have to, you know, kind of measure 736 to about, you know, 846. So roughly about, what's that, 736 to 846. So about an hour and 10 minutes. So you had 70-minute move right here. That was a 70-minute move, and now we're going to reverse. So it's holding at 40.50. Okay, so 40.50 is being held again. This is old resistance becoming new support. It's holding, and let's see if we can have a rally today into Powell. So let's watch those two things, and things will change. Remember, at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, the market will get a little bit more volatile. All right, let's see how the let's see if the SPY. So SPY, we might have a trending day today, guys. Today is probably a trending day. We're breaking out. Okay, SPY. On deck, yeah, let's look at those 425, 426 for May, whatever, 2 weeks out. Let's look at those. If you need another week, that's what I'm going to be looking at. Just add another week if you feel more comfortable with that. Or if you want to go shorter, that's fine. But we're going to keep it 2 weeks out for now. But watch those and probably put on the table, probably bring up the puts from 360, probably to 380, 390. And watch those. The 370s, probably watch those and see in case something turns. But right now, pre-market, guys, if I look at the SPY, the most amount of action right now is happening right now at this between 406. Yeah, let's say 406. 406, there's a lot of the most volume being traded right now. You have pre-market, 500,000 shares being traded at 406. If we can get beyond that right now, I think that this will be a trendy market right now. So let's see at the open. We have we still have, 30 more minutes to go. The QQQs, if Tesla and Apple goes, and if you want to trade the tech, then this could probably rally. It needs to get above 304 right now. I think I put this yesterday. 306 will show you that this can probably rally. As far as the overall market's going to rally, it looks like it's trying to turn here. You have a flag pattern here, and it can probably go on the 15-minute time frame. Looks like it probably wants to go back a little bit. Let's see if this can turn. On the 15-minute time frame, it looks like it probably not a ripper, but it's probably gonna maybe wants to go a little higher. I feel like the market wants to go higher based on the information. It's not the only one they're looking at the patterns of Powell, right? People know that when markets are low, they prop up the market. Let's look at the IWM. Goldman Sachs is up right now. So let's see IWM. The other positive news out there is that there are parts of Shanghai that are opening up. So that's a positive, So that's positive for Tesla. I also read a report, can't confirm, about Tesla possibly partnering up with, who's the guy from Oracle? I forgot the guy's name from Oracle. The Oracle guy. To possibly buy Twitter. So that is back on the table again. So we'll see. I just think that they did it to get a better price. As far as what we're looking here, again, IWM bouncing on the 15-minute time frame. Not a big fan of it yet so far because it does need to pull back a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so let's just look at the E-minis, guys. Let's look at this. I'm gonna look at Shopify too because that might move in one way, shape, or form. And those options tend to move. Okay, so we had a pretty big move here. So Shopify is showing us a basing pattern here from a huge sell-off. Again, so bounce, pulling back. Let's see what happens here. It's lining up. Everything's lining up here. So if the market reacts and starts going positive, and this starts turning, and that starts turning, and that starts turning, and that starts turning, we have it all at the 50. 400 is pretty in line. It could probably hit that 400. Probably 450s if you're looking for next week's, but that's a possibility if the market has a reaction to the upside. All right, that is it, guys. That's it. We're gonna keep it short and sweet. What are we looking for? E-minis. This probably needs to pull back a little bit. It's probably gonna converge here for a little bit. Let's see what happens. Let's see if that 40-50 can hold. If it can hold, I think that we're probably gonna be setting up for a move at the open. So we have about another 35 candles over here, right? 35, about 40 candles, right? Let's see what happens. We're squeezing right now. Is it up or down? Don't know, but let's see what happens. All right, guys, that is it. That's all we have. Go out there, stay, just chill, relax. We have about another 35 minutes. Watch the markets. Watch the markets at 9:15. Get your options ready and go out there, go get it. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys on the chat. All right, bye bye.